The circle is looking good. It's not finished yet. That is one thing that is not done at all. Actually the edging is still going in, but as you can see, the planters are doing really well with all the super petunias and the other just regular proven winners petunias and salvias in them. They're really filling out nicely, so I'll be glad when I get this all finished up, but it's still a work in progress. But I wanted to show you how well the planters were looking. The Generous Gardener roses, I want to show you those over here on the Arbor. Now I planted these at the same time, and there's a video that shows me planting these back in like April. Look how tiny this one is. Look how big this one is. And they're only a few feet apart. So this is the other bed that is still being worked on, and it's not finished yet either. But you can see what I planted in the last week. I put in some veronica, some salvia, bobo hydrangeas. That's a pink knockout rose, dark pink knockout rose. My Jacklemania is getting ready to bloom. It should be blooming in the next week or two. And it's that dark purple, so that'll look really nice. Oh, and in the terracotta pot, those are my olive trees that I had bought online probably back in about 2018, and they came as little tiny sticks, and I had only wanted one, and I got two. And so I've had them this whole time, and I do have to overwinter them in the house and bring them back out. And so I had just brought them out in the last couple weeks, and so they'll get really nice looking. Right now they're not looking as nice because they were in the house all winter long, and they don't like it in the house as well. So this is the other side, and I mimicked the same stuff that I planted. Look at the pretty hanging basket. This was the other one my daughter got me, and it's like a black velvet petunia, and I thought it looked really pretty with the tutor that my husband had made, and I painted black. Okay, the roses are starting. The May night salvia, this is its month. It is looking really nice. That is a Easy Elegance Champagne Wishes, and let me get closer to that so you can see the flowers on that. It is, and you can see everything is still wet from all the rain last night. And the farmers are loving the rain. It was like almost drought here, and we're a big corn, soybean planting area in this part of the Midwest. So we have been seeing all the tractors out planting the fields in the last month or so, so they were needing the rain. The Eden Rose is doing really well on the tutor. It has all kinds of buds on it. They haven't started opening. Look at the little Perfume Breeze rose on the back on the trellis. That is so pretty. And then I branched it off, so it is also on the tutor in the back. I thought it looked really nice there. And that's my new Jane Magnolia tree that or shrub that I'll train into a tree. I staked it because it was leaning, so we'll see if we can get it straightened out a little bit. The delphinium's looking really good, and yes, I have it caged because the rabbits love it. You can see I have a white delphinium in the back that is just starting to open up, that just is going to be really, really, really pretty. And it has, when it opens up, the flowers have the dark inside to them, so it's a nice contrast. More salvia. And then I did plant up a lady mantle there, a little lime there, and that is new to me. That is something I picked up when I did the Hornbaker tour, and I think I showed a picture of it. It's called Gas Plant, and it got really pretty pink flowers on it. So we'll have to see how that does. I do have it covered because when I planted it here, the next morning when I came out, the top of it had been bit off and it was laying on the ground. So I'm assuming the rabbits did that. So I'm covering it and see how it does. My red knockout rose is blooming in the back. My David Austin rose, this is Winchester Cathedral, and you can see it's starting to be spent on its blooms. Look at this bloom back here. It's bicolor. It's got a pink and a white. Is that like, that's pretty neat. More pink knockout roses. I planted back here to fill in. This will take, that's an arborvitae. That'll take quite a while before it'll get bigger. But in the meantime, back there, I put a quickfire fab I planted back there. So I'm hoping that'll fill in and give me some privacy quicker than what the arborvitae will. The urns are looking fabulous. They're doing really well. So we have the urns on each side. That's the Olivia Austin rose, and it looks not as well as what I would have liked. As you can see, I have a lot of brown around the petals. So I'm not sure what's going on there. If you have any ideas, please comment below what's causing them to brown like that. And the salvia was looking really good, but the rain last night smushed it down, so I'm hoping that when it dries out, it'll pop back up. Now that's another David Austin rose. It just started blooming. It is looking good. And there's the pink knockout rose, and there's a red knockout rose that's just starting to open. I planted another purple and white salvia, proven winners there, and that's a pink gara, and we'll see how that does. Now in my unboxing from High Country, I had gotten the roses, and that's what these are here under the little cages. I planted a lot of the roses, and then I've got them in other areas too. But so I have some new roses that'll be filling in. And I'm not sure if I'll even have blooms on them this year. Hopefully they'll bloom, but we'll see. And that is a little quick fire I put there. I think that's I bought the tidbit to try. So that's the little hydrangea, and we'll see how that looks. This is the new Proven Winners white phlox, and I have not tried that, so we'll see how that looks there. And then I tried to mimic a lot of this stuff throughout the garden. So we've got, of course, salvia, because I told you with my rabbit issue, they don't seem to like salvia, so I do plant a lot of salvia. And then the Veronica. I've got a foxglove. I do love foxglove, but a lot of times it doesn't come back for me, so I have to treat it like an annual. Another boxwood here to mimic the other side, because we're back at the garden house. So this bed has some of the pink roses in it. That is a quick fire fab hydrangea. This was new to me. That is a catmint. So I'll be interested to see how that turns out, but I love the leaves on that, and it said it wanted full sun, but I'd never seen anything like that before, and it gets about, I think it said 2 feet tall, so we'll see how that turns out. The other Jane magnolia I planted here, same thing, it was leaning, so I staked it, and then in the back there I have some salvia. I have a white Polar Express rose that has blooms all over it, but it hasn't started blooming. The North Pole arborvitae I just planted about 3 weeks ago, so it'll be years before it gets big. Eventually 15 foot, so it'll fill in nicely there. Have some lavender next to that. I planted this just new. This is a pink sparkler, and then it did have really pretty little pink flowers on it. So you can see those. And that gets 3 to 4 foot tall and wide. So I thought that would be a nice fill in here. Probably I'll move the salvia eventually somewhere else. My penstemon is doing good. I do have it caged because I have some on the other side of the garden, and I came out in the morning and the flowers were chewed off on it. And that's one of my new little High Country roses. That is a climber, the bourbon climber. So we'll see how well it does there. My Eden Rose is struggling over on this side. I was concerned that it may have rosette disease. No, I'm not sure. You know, I went online. If you know, if you've seen this, but look at the stalks on it. So I'm just not sure. And I have it caged because I thought maybe too the rabbits were eating it, because I kept coming out and there was like no growth at the bottom, and it would grow and then it would die. But I'm just, yeah, I don't know. It does have buds on it, but look at the buds. They're all kind of brown. So if you have any idea what is wrong with my Eden Rose, let me know. Comment below. So next, let's go up front and we're going to do a quick look at the mailbox garden that I planted up to see how well it's doing. Okay, the mailbox garden is looking good. The red knockout rose is looking the best. And you can see the other stuff is coming in. Now, I just planted this up. I did a video on the planting of this, so this hasn't been in very long. Maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I put my little flag in there for Memorial Day. It looked really cute blowing with the red knockout roses. I posted a picture of that. I just thought that was really pretty, but it's filling in really nicely. We're at the urns that we planted up that I showed a video of, and see how they're doing. But the whiteout verbena, look at that. Is that not gorgeous? From Proven Winners. I hadn't, like I told you, this was the first year I've tried the whiteout color, and it looks really pretty. I sent my mom a picture of these, and she's like, what is that white flower? Because they do look so good. And then this is the Proven Winners Picasso. And the chocolate drops coleus is in the back here. And I mentioned when I planted these up, I was concerned that I wasn't sure if it would be too sunny for the chocolate drops. But in the back of their urn, look how well they're doing. So they seem to be loving it back here. And then this is just some alyssum that I left from the spring planters because I thought it was pretty and blends in well with it. But I'm really pleased with this combination. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.